Hi guys, it's Aniela, and in today's video I will be talking you guys through what to expect on the day of your practical driving test, which is super exciting and can also be really nerve-wracking, which is why I want to make this video to help you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And yeah, so obviously the day before your test you're going to be extremely nervous, which is so understandable. For my practical test I did have a lesson before the day, so I do recommend having a lesson before the day. I think that's really helpful, even if it's 1 hour. But what I recommend doing the day before your test, which is probably the day you're watching this, is just to make sure you get an early night, have a good meal, have a good dinner, get an early night, and make sure that your mind is refreshed and you feel refreshed when you wake up the next day. You can briefly as well go through your tell me questions on the government website and practice them too, but again, don't stay up too late doing that. You want to have a nice rest and go to bed really early. So the day of your actual exam is here, and you've probably seen it all over TikTok, but they do say you should eat a banana before your test. Now I don't know if it has something for like concentration or something, some psychological thing in your brain function or something. I don't know the science behind it, but I took a banana, I had a banana, and that was what I had for breakfast. But yeah, I recommend also having a good breakfast. You don't want your head to be pounding on the day of your exam. Like, you just don't want that, and everyone knows that driving with a headache is not it. So yeah, obviously you're probably really nervous, but don't be nervous. Like, just take it as another day of driving with your instructor. And yeah, I do recommend having another little drive with your instructor, even if it's like half an hour. Have a little drive, go through the route. But yeah, don't be nervous. Make sure you don't forget your driving license, your provisional license, not a driving license, because that's what you go and get. Don't forget your provisional license. I'm so sorry, I don't know what this sweep line is, but we move. Don't forget your provisional, any documents you need I will put here. Have faith, okay? For me, what did help with my nerves was that I trusted God, and I was like, you know, God's gonna help me and stuff. But even if I don't pass, and even if you don't pass, even if this is your second time or even your first time, like, just know that, like, if you fail, it's not the end of the world. Like, you can redo it again, and if anything, like, when you redo it, you can learn from the mistakes you made the first time or the second time or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't pass first time. I think having that pressure on yourself a lot, that I need to pass first time or I need to pass this time, like, can also add more unnecessary pressure to you. So don't let that be your mentality. I do also want to talk about on the actual like practice test before your test, I want to recommend that when you make mistakes, don't beat yourself up about it when you make mistakes in your practice with your instructor before the actual test, because I listened to this video before I went on my test and he gave this advice and it was so good. It was, if you make mistakes when you're practicing with your instructor, that's good, because you're making those mistakes now so that you don't need to make them in your actual test. You've learned from those mistakes, so you know, okay, not to do this, I won't do this, or okay, I definitely need to make sure that I'm being more cautious about when I'm turning the wheel and how early I'm doing it or how late I'm doing that. Okay, like, this has definitely taught me that for when I have the exam in a minute. But yeah, having the drive with your instructor is really, really good for just getting used to driving the car again on that same day. I think it's better than just, you know, waking up and then going straight into your test. So I recommend that. Obviously, you know, a load of people probably have, you know, been fine just going to their test, but I do please recommend that you have at least like a few minutes for driving, and drive to the test as well. That can be really helpful. The lighting is officially messed up. I'm super sorry, guys. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do, and I'm probably gonna have to just leave it. When you get to the test center, what you can expect is that you will go in with your instructor, sit down, you take a seat with your instructor. If your instructor didn't sit down with you, like mine didn't, mine literally went and spoke with the other instructors, which actually kind of did, like, I tried not to make it make me nervous, because obviously, like, it's nice to just have someone that you're talking to, because that's literally the last few minutes before your exam and you're just sat there with your own thoughts. So it's always nice to have someone to talk to, and my instructor wasn't there for that. But yeah, if you can, or if your instructor just sit and you like, you know, just have a little bit of small talk, calm your nerves down. But if you don't, like I didn't, I would honestly just like, I went to the toilet because I actually did need a toilet. Go to the toilet before you do your test, because you don't have to need the toilet on your test. Go to the toilet, calm yourself down and stuff. Again, my time was prayer, so I was praying God, like, dear God, please help me. But you know, it also, so you don't put too much pressure as well into you passing the first time or that specific test. Just, you know, think it would be great to pass, but I still have countless amounts of attempts that I can take, of tests I can take. Like, it's not the end of the world. Oh my goodness me, goodness gracious. See, look, I need something to block that. How about my car manual? Okay. There. Oh, that's actually what's great. So yeah, I do recommend just like, don't stress out, like, you're gonna be fine. So yeah, next what you should expect is them to call out your name. They're like, Esther, you here? My first name's actually Esther. My name on my passport comes as Esther first, so they call me as Esther, but I'm known to everyone else as Eniola. But on my passport my name is Esther first, and so on my provisional, so yeah, Esther, are you here? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And yeah, I was super nervous, because naturally you do have nerves, but at the same time I knew at the back of my mind, like, you know, I've got God on my side, and also it's not the end of the world if I don't pass. So the first thing they're gonna tell you is they're gonna tell you to come out with them, and then yeah, they're gonna first check your provisional, to obviously check proof of identity, and then you're gonna go outside, and they're gonna tell you to read a plate number from a car. This is, if I remember correctly, meters, which I failed, guys, with glasses on, but I was really just, I had so much like favor in the eyes of the instructor, because he let me try 3 times, guys, which I don't know if that's actually like normally allowed, but because normally if you don't, you know, you can't read it, then it shows that you're not your eyes aren't in good enough condition to be driving. Like, obviously if you can read it with glasses, that's great. Whatever you need to drive to help you read that, that's good. But if you can't even read it with glasses, which I had on, which is so bad, then yeah, you're not normally allowed to go on. But yeah, I was I had my 3rd attempt, I got it right, and I was really happy that he let me. Even that could be discouraging for the actual exam, but don't let those stuff get to you. So yeah, I did that, and then you'll be seated in the car, and then before you drive off, he will ask you, or she will ask you, of your tell me question. So he'll be like, tell me how to blah blah blah. I think my question was the tread depth one on your tires. I think that's what I got. Answer that in the car, and then they will tell you either, okay, drive off when you're ready, please. Don't forget that if you get that wrong, it's not like a fail. I think it's a minor. If you get that wrong, it's all coming back to me now, because I took the test last April. Not the end of the world if you don't get that right, but it's always nice to just get it right. I mean, obviously do your practice for it, but in the moment, if you don't get it right, don't worry about it. Then the instructor will be like, okay, drive off when you're ready, please. And yeah, that's when you start your test. And honestly, when you start putting the car on, boom, switch on, think, I'm in the car with my instructor, this is a normal day where I'm just driving, don't overthink it. But I will say this, when you actually go on with the test, you will, like, everything will melt, and it will just, you know, you'll feel so much more at ease, and it will just be natural. Like, especially like halfway into the test, I feel like, for me, like, obviously at the back of my mind I knew I was on the exam, but like naturally my hands were moving where they were meant to, my like feet were going in the right places. Obviously you'll probably be shaking, like won't or shouldn't massively affect your driving ability. Like if you're a bit shaky like this, like it won't like massively affect your driving ability, and hopefully, you know, further down the line it should be okay. And then yeah, happy driving, and please don't be nervous. Take a bottle of water with you as well, I forgot to mention that. So when you're waiting to be called for the test, take a bottle of water with you. It's always nice to be hydrated, and hopefully you have good results. And even if you don't, please don't stress yourself. Like, you can do it again, you will learn from your mistakes, and it's completely fine. You know, I have friends that didn't pass first time and they just came back stronger. They just, you know, booked the next available test. That's completely fine, and that's really, really good. So I recommend that for any of you. But I pray everything goes well for all of you guys, and that's the end of the video, I guess. I'm actually gonna go to the library in a minute. I'm gonna get some croissants from Sainsbury's, and then or some type of pastry, and then drive to the library because I have a lot to write for my dissertation, so I need to do that now. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do have a full video of my practical driving test day, and like what happened to me specifically, what happened on my test, how I thought I failed at a point, which I really thought I failed. So I have that full video. I'll put it in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you guys in another video, and God bless all of you. Bye.